Hello, and welcome back to another Yap session. This week, we read from three authors that try to get us to learn about the rhetoric of an image through their design. Firstly is Barthus, who I feel was talking about how an image is a sequence of little pieces all coming together to form one big image. And those pieces can be explicit things like a can of tomatoes on a desk, or more implicit things such as fruits and vegetables being arranged into the Italian flag colors to give off a sense of Italianism, as he says. Next is Arheim, who talked about how abstractions of visuals could sometimes lead to a even more impactful rhetoric. And finally, Buchanan, who asked us to look at city planning less so as a science with a correct formula and more as a human endeavor of art and culture coming together to make the places that we live. The connective tissue I saw between all of these authors is the idea of, once again, starting with Buchanan, Barthus, is that the little pieces come together to form the bigger thing, and then through levels of abstraction and human creativity create the full painting. So for this, it asks us to think of a designed thing, an object, image, or system that functions as an argument. And I figured I would show two sides of the same coin and how both these things argue. Here we have an image of Captain America made by an American. Notice how he's standing triumphant, the sun shining, the stars and bars in his hand. America is beautiful and great. And then we have Captain America made by someone not in America. In this image by the mangaka Tatsuki Fujimoto, we see America through a much different lens. While this image here seeks to show America as the world protector, standing high above, based on the gargoyle, spreading its influence everywhere and as a beacon of light, Fujimoto's is a much less flattering depiction of America. Through this image and interpretation, his version of America is an imperialistic, violent thing. The star may be piercing the head, but it's large and gaudy and covered in its own blood and the guts of its enemy. It's armed. And yet still, the American flag persists. But I feel that there's actually a cultural context. The flag is intrinsically strapped to the gun. It is a part of it. But this thing also functions as similar to the sashimono of the samurai. With no words, I feel that this image argues that America, as seen from the outside, is a monster, a devil in this case. Drenched in the blood and guts of its enemies, its slain foes, it smiles sadistically on. I think the thing I learned the most from this is the idea of framing and abstraction. The very unscientific creative science of how things are placed and how they're presented creates a rhetoric. Here is just a simple Halloween mask. It's not really saying anything, but I've placed it there in particular for a specific reason. It's pretty menacing now, but you cut the lights and you get something different. Anyway, that's my video, and God save us all for me making this.